Okay kids, in today's video we are cutting through the fluff. You want to buy a house here in the Arizona Phoenix metro area. You're asking yourself, how long does it actually take to buy a house in Arizona in this market? Well, grab yourself a little iced beverage because I'm going to give you the real deal, the step-by-step timeline, maybe with a little sass, but always with a whole lot of truth. Hi everyone, I'm Katie Evans, aka the Real Estate Boss Mom, owner and lead agent of the Living 48 Real Estate Team. Welcome back to another one of our weekly videos. So let's talk about buying a house and how long it takes. So I'm going to give you a bunch of steps, 6 to be exact, and we're going to just jump right into the beginning. All right, step number 1. It is step number 1 for a reason. It's very important that this is step number 1. But before you ever go setting up your Zillow search or looking through online listings like it's a part-time job, you need to get pre-approved by a lender. Absolutely imperative. So this is going to tell you what you can actually afford, not what you want to afford, the monthly payment that you're going to be comfortable with, all the different things. This is the real deal. This must be included with your offer on a property. So step 1 is to get that pre-approval piece of paper in our hot little hands. No pre-approval, no go looky at houseies, okay? All right, step number 2. How long does it take to actually find your dream home? Well, that is going to be entirely dependent on you, but you could budget time-wise somewhere between a month and 3 months. Now, if you are super detailed and the house you want is right there on the market, it could take you one weekend, could be the first house that you actually look at, but this one varies, hun, it just does. Yeah, so if you're still considering like, I want this neighborhood versus this neighborhood, or this city versus this city, or we're not really sure what the must-haves are, we'd really like this, but this one's a deal breaker, buckle up, man, it's gonna take you a hot minute, all right? But if you already have made these decisions, you know what your must-haves are, well, then sit back, let your real estate fairy godmother work her magic, and it's just gonna take not as much time as you were thinking. So just hang on and we'll get going there. Step number 3, you have found the house that you want to write an offer on. How long does that step take? Well, again, it sort of varies, but again, you can kind of time budget in 1 day to 7 days. So we write the offer, we write it fast, we write it great, it's accepted 24 hours. If we have to go back and do counter offers and back and forth and a whole bunch of different negotiations, it could take a little bit of time before we're ready to sign off and go under contract. We just need to do that. So, pro tip, I'm a master negotiator. I know how to get this done. In fact, I'm a champion in this sport. So we're ready to go. All right, step number 4. You are now under contract on your house. The first 10 days, as it defaults in the contract, are your due diligence and due diligence. We could shorten that up if we're in a very competitive situation. We can lengthen it out if we need to, but all those things have to be negotiated in the contract. So the default is 10 days. During that 10 days, we're doing everything. You're going to be doing your general inspections, your termite and pest inspections. If you want extra inspections like a roof inspection or a pool inspection or an AC inspection or a plumbing inspection, all those have to be done in that 10-day window. On top of that, you're going to be doing all of the house homework that you can possibly do, checking all the things that are important to you. Schools, if they're important to you, you need to look into that right then. If it's important to you to know where the sex offenders and the crime statistics are, right then is when you're doing that house homework. If you care about what the churches are in the area, that's the time to do it. If you're worried about how much the insurance costs on that house, that is time to do all of that and a whole lot more homework and due diligence on the property. At the end of those 10 days, we're going back to the seller to negotiate our must-have repairs in order to move on. So that's sort of a secondary negotiation that we're going to have right there. Now, if we get all of that negotiated and we get it all agreed to, then we're going to move into the next phase of this, and that is step number 5. That is the appraisal and the loan finalization. This takes about 2 to 3 weeks depending. Now, I want you to think about this. We have been cooking. It's been very fast. Now we are going to the slow cooker phase of this. Bank's got to make sure that the house value is where it needs to be. Title's got to be able to deliver you clean title. There's a lot of work happening happening in the background, but for you, it's going to get very, very quiet. So here's the mistake that people make a lot during this time period. Well, actually, this advice goes from the very, very get-go to the very, very end. But during this time, because it's so quiet, people feel like they're going to be proactive and they're going to go out and they're going to buy the washer, dryer, and refrigerator on some Home Depot credit or on a payment plan or all those kind of things. This is not the time to do that. During this escrow process, I do not want you doing anything with your finances that is out of the norm. Do not open a new credit card account. Do not buy a car. Do not change jobs. Do not buy that washer, dryer, and refrigerator on a payment plan. Do not do anything. Don't deposit large sums of money from the mattress either. These are all red flags for your lender, and it's going to be a problem for you. All right? I don't care what you do. 2 days after we close, go buy the Lamborghini, go buy the boat, that's fine, but don't you dare do it until it's been 2 days after we close escrow. You're way, way, way too close to the finish line at that point to be having any kind of financial shenanigans, okay? All right, step number 6. This is sort of a little bit of a process, but we're going to do final walkthrough, we're going to do signing, and then we're going to do closing. Now, this is going to be somewhere between 30 to 45 days from the time you actually went under contract to purchase this home. We're going to go over to the house. We're going to walk through it. We're going to make sure that it's in essentially the same condition as when we agreed to purchase it in the first place. We are going to make sure all of the agreed upon repairs are done. Once that's done, then we're going to go over to the title company and we're going to sign all of the closing documents from our lender, from the title company, all over the place. Now, this is going to feel like you're giving away your firstborn child. It's all right. This is the process. All right, the last thing that we're going to do is on the day of closing, the title company is going to tally up with your lender. The lender is going to fund the loan. All those kind of things are going to be happening. Once all of the funds are there, once everything is reconciled, then the title company is going to take all the documents and send them over to the county recorder's office. Once they're the county recorder's office, it's a little bit out of our hands, but rest assured, the recorder's offices work fairly quickly, and so they will get the title then transferred from the seller's name into the new owner's name. Once that happens, they will let the title company know, the title company will let your agent know, and your agent will let you know, and that is when you officially are a homeowner in the state of Arizona. Okay? Now, don't worry about that. It is a process. But if you show up at either the final walkthrough or the signing with everything packed in the moving truck, well, you're most likely going to be living in that moving truck for a couple of days. So just know it's a process. Trust your agent. All right, let's wrap this up really quick. So what's the total timeline? Anywhere from 30 days to 90 days start to finish. That does not include showing time, but it's in how fast you pick a house is also a thing. Faster you've got your act together, as long as your lender's not going on vacation. If you're more decisive than less, we're going to get this done in a very, very timely manner. All right, buying a house does not have to be super stressful as long as you've got the right buying squad in your corner. Here at the Living 48 Real Estate Team, we handle all the drama so you can get in there and handle all the decorating. All right, so if you're about ready to start looking at your house hunt like boss, then shoot me a message, give me a call, send me a text, DM, whatever works for you. Let's get out there and we'll get house hunting. Thanks for watching, you guys. As always, please share this with anyone that you know that might need this information. Give us a like, give us a subscribe, give us a follow, and as always, we will see you in our next video.